It is another day in the shop, working on Frederick the First. So today, we're making a downpipe for the exhaust, and we're planning on getting the exhaust routed to where we can come out of the bed. Because if you have a Cummins, you have to have a stack. So we're using 60, no, this isn't 60, this is 304 stainless steel. This is 4-inch. We got it V-banded, building a cool little downpipe that's gonna miss everything, but we couldn't miss the floor. So we cut a big humongous hole in the floor so we can route everything. Sean's gonna make a bubble cover for that that's unboltable. And then once we get this all done, we're gonna wrap all our fancy work in heat wrap. We've got it just about underneath the transmission. We're gonna do another little jog, put a V-band. That way we can get this exhaust in and out easily. So Hillbilly's working on the fast system. Sean's helping me. Actually, Sean's doing most. I'm helping Sean.
But Robbie,
you just got a lot of stuff to work on. What?
Isn't it Fred number 2 because number 1 was Gaffner and not Ford?
Technically, King Fred just went through a makeover, so he's still King Fred, but yeah, King Fred version 2.0. Yep. I don't know why I have a welding helmet on still. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, The Ridge, for sponsoring this video. Real talk. I might not have any tattoos, but that doesn't mean I don't think they look cool. And you know what else looks cool? The brand new American Traditional Collection from Ridge Wallet. This thing is a work of art. Inspired by classic American tattoo designs, it's bold, timeless, and built to last. Just like Ridge's gear always is. I've had this wallet in my pocket for over 3 years now. Now, if you've been around here for a while, you know I'm obsessed with functional, durable, and stylish everyday carry gear. And Ridge, they've been killing it for over 10 years, making wallets that are slim, lightweight, and packed with features. This wallet fits perfectly in your front pocket, holds up to 12 cards, and you can customize it with a cash strap, money clip, or even an AirTag holder. Plus, it's got RFID protection to keep your info safe. And did I mention it's made with military-grade aluminum? Yeah, it's tough as nails. Here's the kicker. This American Traditional Collection is limited edition. So if you're into that classic tattoo vibe, or just want a wallet that's as durable as it is stylish, you've got to check it out. Make sure you use my link in the description and pinned comment below, and use code Robby to save 10% off your order. Don't wait. Let's get back to the video.
Did you hear that?
Huh.
It didn't change.
I was like, what?
What are we hearing?
The tone didn't change yet.
Like it?
Yeah, but our pipe got turned a little. Let's see if that's gonna work. We might end up having to cut it a little. Alrighty. Need a marker. Alright, so I just gotta take a little bit of angle out of this, and I think we'll be able to have our downpipe just about done. So I'm just gonna grind this. Sean went to lunch, so it's all me on this fit up. See if I can do it without him. I think I can.
I think you can.
Ooh. It's smoking hot. Just got to get this all tacky. All right, I've got the V-band in place. We've got this all tacked. So we'll go make sure that it's gonna fit. We'll get where we need to weld this onto the downpipe, and then I think it's lunchtime. It's gonna seal up nice. We'll go make sure that it's in the right spot. I might end up cutting the V-band off and shortening this. It just depends on where it lands. So let's go find out. All right, we've made it to the V-band clamp. I need to do a little bit of trimming to get my 22-degree angle to fit into my downpipe. So as soon as we get back from lunch, I will do that. And I think we're going to have this exhaust at least out today. We'll drill a hole, we'll do a 5-inch hole, and then we've got to make a hexagon. We got to make a hexagon stack that comes up like this and just misses our headache rack. It's gonna be so cool. Got a lot of stuff to do, but we're getting lots done. So we'll be right back after lunch.
Okay, I got the fast fuel system mounted. She ain't going nowhere. So now I'm gonna hook up the fuel lines to it. Got this blue one. They'll go there, on like that, with a hose clamp on this one, a hose clamp on that side. That is return, which goes to that fitting right there with the yellow around it. And then this top one, I'll show you where it goes on the engine. Right there.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Talking to these
Oh, these fine people.
young folks.
Thank you guys for always watching.
So I'll start running line.
So do you think if I turn the heat down and just go slower, I can make it look better?
Yeah.
Okay. Weld all the V-bands first. And turn it down. We just about got us a down pipe. I think what I'm gonna do, we're gonna make sure this is tacked real nice and good. I'm gonna go through and weld all the seams, and then we can start building the back pipe.
So I'm just getting the fuel feed line routed from the fast pump up to the motor. So I got it routed. So now I got to go up, find where I want to cut the hose, cut it, put a fitting on it, thread it on the motor. Okay, just got it. The feed line, or the fuel feed line ran up, cut where I needed it, fitting put on, clamped on, and now it's just finger tight onto the P pump. So now take the leftover and build me a return going from the fast system to the tank. It has its own return, and that's what the excess is for. But I'm going to go through and tighten up all the fittings for the fuel line, so that way they're not forgotten and we go to start it and have fuel everywhere. So before I tightened this fitting up, and then I decided to test everything, and it hits. Shucky darn. So now I gotta loosen this fitting, rotate it to where until it don't hit no more. Okay, now clear. Everything clears like it's supposed to.
All right, I'm still learning to weld. So for the next 2 to 3 hours, I'm just gonna weld all these out. I've got that V-band welded, that one, this one. Now I'm welding the pipes. We're gonna get our down pipe totally welded to where we can put it in and then build the back section of the pipe off of this in case it moves a little bit. I'm gonna be helmet down, weld.
Okay, now work on the return.
Which return?
The injection pump and injector return, which you got injection pump here, injection return there, and that will go back and hook into the return on the tank itself, the original return. I think this is, I think I have to cut the return line because it's a banjo bolt eyelet, because this is a ferro. So I think I cut that eyelet off, slide the nut on, the ferro on, and then tighten it down, and it locks it in.
So if you didn't put this return in, would it just smoke a lot?
If you didn't put this return in, you'd be leaking fuel everywhere because it'd be wide open. You'd just dump right on the ground. Okay, I'm working on getting all the fittings Tefloned into this T. So we're gonna get that done so we don't have no leaks. Okay, so on these fast systems, the instructions, the QR code you scan, and for some dumb reason, my dumb phone wouldn't scan the QR code.
Android.
And so I didn't know, on this style of hose and these style of fittings, you're not supposed to use hose clamps because it can weaken the hose. And so I'm going through and getting rid of all these hose clamps because we don't need the hose getting weak on us. That's the last thing we need, is the hose to get weak and blow off and then have...
Yeah, they were saying it holds up to 300 PSI with no clamp, nothing.
That blows my mind. I've always thought you put fittings or hose clamps on barbed fittings, but not these barbed fittings.
Not pretty. It's welded. Good thing this is getting heat wrapped. We'll let this cool down for a little bit, and then we will get the down pipe put in, and we'll start building off of that pipe. So now we've just got to transition from here down to here to that 90, and then from that 90, we're gonna go under the frame and straight up to the bed, because we're putting a stack in this thing. All of Hillbilly's childhood dreams are about to come true.
Woo! I've stacked almost everything I've owned.
Oh.
Remember that little
Into a
D50 that
tree?
used a Cadillac driveline for a stack?
Yeah, I know. Hillbilly is a stacker.
You used a driveline for a
He
stack?
did,
Like
yeah.
out of a Cadillac, one of Robbie's derby car drivelines.
That's not even a joke.
It's like that big around, so it's a
Anyway.
perfect stack on a little port popper.
But I would like to point out the fact that this fits. And it fits very swell. I know what we can do, Sean. I know exactly what we can do. We can put an exhaust mount right here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can kick it off to the side so we can get a bolt on it.
There's the sun.
Then we don't need to mount anywhere else other than at the bed.
Fuel system is done. Fuel lines are all ran to the motor, from the motor back to the tank, from the fast fuel system to the tank, from the tank to the fast fuel system. It's all done. The fittings on the tank, they're not tight because we are removing that tank again. They're just on there, snug with fingers. But it's done.
You hear that, Sean?
What?
Fuel system's done.
Done.
Done so.
That's good.
Well, that can run.
Yeah.
Got a battery.
Yeah. Fire it up.
Fire it up.
Oil going everywhere.
All right, we're gonna go tack these 3 pieces together, and then we should be able to put them to the 90, and then we'll be able to figure out where to put our hole in the bed. This is very time consuming, but it beats traditional exhaust.
Yeah, so smash.
Yeah. All right, so we've got to call in reinforcements. We're gonna need hillbilly for this job. We need to drill a 5-inch hole in the bed. And I don't want to rip my arm off, so I need somebody with some real massive biceps. We're gonna have Owen do it. Yeah. Owen's like riding it. Around. We're cheating. We've got our VSM 5-inch disc here. We're gonna measure where we want it, use this as a reference, mark it on the tape, drill a center hole, call Hillbilly, tell him that there's no way he could drill this without breaking his arm. He'll come in and teach us a lesson, and he'll drill the hole. So.
That's so true.
It's so true. That's literally what.
You gotta challenge him.
This should have been done before we powder coated. Sometimes it just can't be perfect. All right, I'm gonna drill a pilot hole and go get Hillbilly. Hillbilly, I'll bet you can't drill this hole without breaking your wrist. What do you bet? Just bet you can't do it. All right, Hillbilly, let's see it. You stripped it too? Oh, you got it!
Got it already.
You know what that means? You can go home.
Grab me a vacuum real fast.
Good job, Owen. Grab him a vacuum.
It's on camera. He's gonna clean up his own mess.
Inch and a half off. So we got to extend that 90 an inch and a half. On Sean!
He laughed.
Sean! Oh, Sean!
Yeah, he is. No, he's not.
He's like so mad at Sean. He's so mad at you right now.
What?
Because he's all, Sean's gone, I promise.
Is that gonna
That
be big enough
sucks.
for you?
I think so. Yeah, that's plenty. We need to extendo our pipo an inch and a half. I know. Lincoln, look what we got for you. Now you're $1 closer to your $5 so you can get a play set. Lincoln's earning money.
What
He wants a swing
What are you
set.
earning money for?
The playground.
Playground. He wants a slide and he wants a swing set in our backyard. So I told him if he earns $5, he'll get one.
You haven't earned any money, huh?
On that. Let's hurry and measure where our 90s need cut, because then we can kind of just. Perfect. So that's the in this edge of the bend. So let's go lay these on the table.
So that's this. edge.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we can cut. We can make marks, cut them,
Yep.
put them together. All right. Here's the deal. We're gonna add an inch and a half here. This is where that bend's gonna end up, and it's gonna work. I think like right there. So we come 6 1/4 onto this. So we're gonna mark 6 1/4 here. This is rocket science we're doing here.
I think he's got to line those up and draw a mark somewhere, huh?
Perfect. So that's it. Now, I'm just gonna go 3, well,
Well, don't you
2.5
want, like-
inches. Yeah. I'm gonna go 2.5 inches.
Don't you want it like here?
Keep away from us.
Okay. So maybe we better just go like right here.
Yeah. You're right
We'll
on.
be right on the money. All right, so Sean's gonna make a couple cuts, get another piece.
I lost my marker again.
Okay. Well, it is tomorrow.
All right, it is beautiful Monday morning. Hosers are showing up with all the hoses made, everything to install everything. So we're just gave us time to get all our piping in, fit it up. Let me tell you this right now, we didn't give them very much room. Not much room for AC lines.
No.
What do you think it'll win?
I'm excited
for the hosers.
Yeah, excited because that's probably the biggest job left to do is getting all new hoses put on the bed. Everything after that's just little minor stuff that we got to get done.
Owen over here is having a wonderful morning.
Oh yeah, car didn't quite make it all the way to work this morning. Decided to give up around Maverick, which was fine because I had to stop there anyways, but...
Don't lie, you slept in.
No, I got text. Rob was like, show up at 9. So I showed up at 9.
No, you didn't show up at 9. It's a little after 9.
Well,
Anyways, you're
yeah,
here. That's all that
I'm
matters.
here.
Okay, so we got the engine bay all ready for the hosers to come in and build the hoses for the hydraulic to make sure it clears everything into the engine bay. So I want to get the gas tank dropped out so that way it's out of their way and they have more room to lay under here and hook up all the hydraulic hoses to the valves and run them to where they need to go. So I want to get this tank dropped, got the hose on the fuel lines unhooked. Now I just gotta get the bolts. Hosers showed up. We're ready to get partying and get hoses made. So the hosers are getting everything set up, grabbing measurements for the hard line so they can get hard line bent. Do you do everything on site?
Yeah, so we're gonna do the hard lines here so we can come up over top of the valve cover, dissipate the heat a little bit, and then we've got the mobile hose trailer. We can do all the hydraulic hoses. We'll get the hose side of this thing all plumbed in, so.
Heck yeah, I'm excited.
We've got a few of these custom fittings we took back with us, raised up so we could reuse factory ends and put new material in between, make the combination of components you guys got work together. So it's gonna be kind of cool to see it all happen.
So, what are you guys' thoughts on King Fred?
It's a pretty truck. Is Robby really gonna get out and work it?
He says he is.
Question is, would you dare to?
That's pretty.
I'm scared to put hoses on it.
That was
Well, don't be scared to put hoses on it because we need hoses.
It doesn't happen every day. Most of the time it's, you know, construction equipment and dirty, greasy excavators, so.
Oh, so you guys are living the luxury life right now.
These ones are the fun ones. I mean, my only question was the clearance on that intake right there.
Sean, we need your expertise. They need bracket built.
For what?
They're gonna do bulkheads.
Bulkhead? It has a hole through it that we could, it'd be a single bolt.
So probably need 2 holes. So. Well, I guess it's hard line.
Hard line, it's just gonna hold it from doing this. The hard line will hold it from doing this. The hosers need a bracket to bolt to the side of the motor or transmission somewhere to hold the hard lines that are coming from the pump across the top of the motor. So if the motor has any wiggle or shake, it's not cracking the lines. We tried to get Sean to do it. And he looked at me and laughed and says, "You're capable, get it done." So now I have to think and try to figure out a bracket. Thanks, Sean.
See, that's the thing about Sean, is he has confidence in every one of us. You've built brackets before, so I believe in you.
Thanks, Sean.
Leveling head on it. So we'll come up here nice and slow.
That was pretty simple. That was clean looking.
Right. Tube sleeve. Tube sleeve nut.
I'm sure everyone's done this before, but you're like, oh, we won't ever need that. That's overkill. So we got these spill kits from SAS, and Owen last week's like, we would never use those. Well, today we needed those. Hillbilly, what are you doing?
Putting that in.
And it's not in.
Well, no.
Well, I'm so glad we had these. I mean, I don't think it needed that many rags on top, but...
Well, it's still leaking. That first one soaked up quick. And I grabbed just one thinking, oh, it's just gonna have a couple drips.
But those spill kits are nice. They come with a bag. You can throw the stuff in. I thought it was caution tape. Oh, goggles too? Yeah. Yo, Billy, get those goggles on. You got gloves? Dude, those are nice. Brother. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for the job. That spill kit was very nice, very convenient. We would have used a whole box of what we call hog mats, the white ones.
All right, so we just had to make a run to Salt Lake, up to Rocky Mountain Wrecker Sales, and we went and got our beacon, we got some strobes, and some electrical boxes, plus we got some strap kits for our trailer. Let's go get that stuff unloaded. Oh, and we stopped at Cato's Custom Upholstery.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, for some more leather. You gotta look at this glove box. Look at that. Felt on the inside.
Oh, so he
Look
went
at that.
real.
Oh, dude, look at this. Like, it is like, this is legit. This is like show car stuff. Phenomenal. Like, this goes in there. This is gonna be so sick. Boom. There you go. You can carry the good stuff. Let's see. Oh! Now, if you tap the brown, now we can change this strobe to a different sequence.
Then it goes to a double, and then triple.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh.
I went out this morning, got this from Rocky Mountain Wrecker Sales. Make sure if you guys go up there or you call them, you use my discount code. It's right here. Now this thing does all sorts of fancy schmancy stuff.
16 series on the side.
Yeah. So this does, I can't even tell you what it does, but it does a lot of it. So anyway, this is gonna get mounted up on top. I wanted to go with the old school one, but about 3 months ago, I ordered a beacon from Real Truck, and Real Truck doesn't like to really deliver. So haven't received it. I'm gonna cancel that. We're just gonna go with the new one. All right, so we've got the 90-90 transition, the pipe coming through the bed, and this all the way to our V-band clamp ready. So I'm gonna take this all apart, go put it on the table, weld it. Well, I'm gonna tack it, bring it back in, make sure it fits. Then I'm gonna go fully weld it all out. Also, we've got to do the stack. We're doing that out of aluminum. We're doing that like a 6-sided octagon, I believe. Anyway, we'll show you that here in a minute, and then Sean's gonna mill out the base. All right, so now that we've got that tacked together, we're gonna go fit it, but I wanna show you guys what we're up to. So, this is what we've come up with. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 sides, not 6. So we got 8 sides, so this is definitely just a double triangle. So we got our double triangle that we're gonna build on top of this. That's gonna be our stack. So we got our double triangle base here, and what we're gonna do is Sean is gonna mill this out on the mill. So we got a super fancy, super sweet, super thick base that will support our stack. So he's gonna get working on that. I'm gonna install that, make sure it fits. We'll come in and check on Sean. Once he gets it milled, we'll actually bend it all, weld it together, and start fitting the stack. I was thinking about V-banding it.
You might have to. But then you could actually make this pipe taller if you wanted to do that. With V-band.
Yeah. Well, but it's still gonna be miserable to pull that V-band. We'll be right behind the box.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So,
you don't want to do that.
I don't think so.
No.
I think this will work. Worst case scenario, put it on the lift.
Yeah.
Houston,
You have a problem?
We've run into an issue. Has to be V-banded. But should we do it in the 90? Down low? Wouldn't that make the most sense?
So that's going to hang even lower, if you don't mind that.
So we'll just do it right there at the stack. Cut the stack off, V-band that, and if we ever have to change it.
We could have an access door in about it.
True. Let's just do that. All right, we got to V-band our stack. That's fine. Sean got it cut. He's going to clean it up, and we will put this V-band clamp on here, and we'll weld them up. Demery keeps stepping on the hose. So we got the V-band on this side.
You got 3 in there.
Let me put one more.
The hoses been getting hoses made, all brand new hydraulic hoses. They're hooking them up top, and I'm gonna be down here hooking them into the valve.
Good thing you made that, but that's small.
We're missing half. Now I just gotta see if Colton.
That's the right side. Where's the left side?
Yeah. Now I just need to see if Colton can grab the boom.
We bring the boom
in and out and move it to where it's pushing towards the cab, which is in, so I know which one it goes, which fitting it goes on down here.
All right, so we've got the V-bands on. We're gonna fit it, and if it don't work, we're gonna throw it.
How far?
Okay.
So So we've got it all cut. We're gonna tack it again, and then we'll final weld it.
Okay, we were a little off on the tube going up, so cut her loose. Probably retacked it, and hopefully it's right this time.
All right, this should be the last time we have to fit it. Like
There,
right there?
right there.
Okay, let me tighten it.
Okay, so when Robby was at the Snowed In series, they had the hydraulic pump blow on the limo. So I'm gathering the tools I need because we parked the limo at the other lot because there's room for it over there. Going to switch the power steering pump out. This is the new one. Got to take the old one off, put this new one on, hook it all up, and
We should take some fluid with us.
yeah, probably take a lot of fluid with us because it's probably bone dry.
Yeah.
We've got to figure out our mount. So we're gonna put exhaust mounts up underneath the bed, but we might have to wait until we get our hexagon because the bolts that bolt that in might end up being doubling as exhaust mounts as well.
There's two.
What my thought was is once you get your hexagon base, we'll drill holes.
Yep.
We'll put 3. So we're leveling up the stainless lines that are going to go across and down. There's going to be a feed and a return that goes to our bed unit from the pump. So we got Scott down there marking it. He's going to put a bulkhead fitting in for us. We're going to build some bracketry. So this will be hard mounted to the engine, and then we'll hose off of there and go to the back. On the King Fred version 1.0, they just hose clamped everything with big, humongous, ugly lines. We're trying to make this look good.
Was getting everything ready to come over to switch the pumps out, and Robby's like, no. Just go there, get the pump out, the power steering pump out of the limo, bring it back to the shop. That way you can stick it in the vise if you have to change it in the fittings. It's right there in a vise. You don't have to try holding it and doing all that. So I'm gonna climb under, we're gonna get this pump out. We'll head back to the shop, get everything changed over that we need to change over, come back, put it on, and then drive it back to the shop. Okay, so there's 2 lines I have to undo. One that goes from the reservoir to the pump, and then from the pump to the valve.
Hey Willie, so I ordered an Uber brake cleaner.
You ordered an Uber?
Yeah, to bring us stuff and some heavy duty cleaning wipes.
So is that like Uber Eats, but
Uber delivers
Uber parts?
Uber deliver parts to Hill Willie when he's in need. So there you go, brother.
We'll shank ya. There she be, the pump. We got the pump, so let's head back to the shop. Okay, so Robby said that it's leaking out of the front still. So, I mean, we have to take this pulley off anyways because we're changing the pump no matter what. So once I get this pulley off, we'll see what that sill looks like.
Well, Owen, what's up, brother? I can't even see, it's so dark in there.
We're just getting hoses ran and hooked up. We got one more hose to build back here. And then all of the hoses for the wheel lift system should be all hooked up and ready to go.
Heck yeah.
So here's what happened.
Right there. Chunk of rubber shown.
So it blew out. You can see it right there. Blew the sill out.
Man, that's a small hole, and there's a lot of fluid.
Oh, I know what it was doing though. So this is a ball bearing. So this is a Radial Dynamics pump. This thing was $600, not sponsored. I was just told by one of Owen's best friends in the entire world that he rock crawls with, that he talks about every single day, all night.
Girls Rock Garden.
Yeah, Girls Rock Gardens. Anyway.
I'm probably talking to him right now.
No, he sent me this and told me to buy it, so I bought it. This is a 6 gallon per minute aftermarket, better than PSC pump, and I believe it's gonna work. But you can see right off, it's got a double roller bearing, sealed bearing, whatever. Oh yeah, that one, I mean, you can see right there that just pouring out that seal. Anyway, everything's better. This has got O-rings on it. Since it's O-ringed, you don't have to crank it down like crazy. Snug or dug it. So don't hillbilly it. The reason we're working on the limo, oh, there it is. Look at that seal. I know exactly why it went out, because of how far we had to push the pulley on.
Think so?
Oh, 100%. I pushed it into the sill, and I think it just ran on the sill. So that won't happen with this one because this one has a bearing. It's not PSC's fault, but that shaft is shot. You know what? You live and learn. Then you buy Radial Dynamics. The reason we're working on the limo is this Saturday. I don't know the date, but it's on a Saturday in February. The state of Utah is doing their annual training for the search and rescue. And so we're taking the search and rescue lunch up Ephraim Canyon in the limo. And we have tracks. And Hillbilly's gonna put tracks on as soon as he drives it over here.
Well, we have no snow.
Yeah, do we need tractor to snow?
You guys are being so rude.
They're being snow rude.
You're being snow. You are being snow rude.
Just being honest.
Okay. You're being snow mean to me. Enough jibber jabbering. Hillbilly's gonna go put this back on, and see that stainless steel exhaust? I'm gonna wield it. All right, so we're ready to do the AC lines. So I'm helping them get this new manifold block. DCS conversions, diesel conversion specialists, DCS sent me this manifold block for AC pump. They sent me a different one, but this is the one I want to use because I can just put fittings right on here. So the hosers are going to build the fittings to that, but I need to get the intake and the charge air tube out of the way so that we can get these AC lines in. So we're going to customize this manifold block to that manifold block, and we're going to take these fittings out, put them on that block, because this is just a little bit too thick, but we're going to make it work.
That'll make it much nicer.
And then we'll go see if it'll fit where I got it. Okay, that one went. Like, just quit being a old baby about it. This one will go. This may not work, but we're going to try it. These are soldered in, so I'm going to try to heat them up without melting the aluminum. Where we fired for a minute? There we go. Now try to grab it.
Because this solder hasn't moved at all on this side.
All right, that ain't gonna work. So we have another option. We're gonna TIG weld these onto here. Okay, I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna TIG weld these fittings on, and then we can just crimp some hose. That'll be enough for when we weld it. I'm just gonna go make sure it's gonna fit. So this one we could do to where you crimp it, and I can put a JIC on this one, because this is the one that's going to cross all the way over, unless you want to just crimp them both.
You can weld it on, I guess.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
whichever one.
JIC
I have a JIC-8.
I gotta see if I got it framed.
If not, I'll just weld these both on. But then we'll have two hoses that you got to fish in, and if we can cross over this one and bolt it.
Right, it'd be nice to be able to take them off.
Owen, what?
Simba.
I do school. It's gone.
It's not
I've
gone.
always wanted to Simba someone.
It's not gone.
It is.
We'll weld that there and that there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This little side, we're putting this JIC bung, and I'm gonna weld that on. And then we're gonna have a connectable hose. We're gonna do that. And then this one, I'm gonna cut this fitting, and I'm gonna weld it down into here. So probably like right there. And then that one will get crimped. So in order to take this line apart, you gotta take the bulkhead off. But this one we can undo, and it's gonna work. We'll grind this up. Ready to roll.
Back to the pump, the new pump. Let's get it installed. Kind of nervous that I'm not gonna be able to get that fitting on with the pulley on. I hope so, because I kind of broke the pulley installer. Please, 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 please.
Wait, you broke the pulley installer?
Yeah.
So then what?
I gotta get this line on there without having to remove the pulley, because there ain't much of an option. Please, please, please. Roll.
I made sure that I can weld this tube. We did it. We did it! Yay! We did it together.
Oh, this is not going very well.
You need a new pulley.
Yeah, seriously. So I kind of done a little bit of a no-no and just bent the pulley up a little bit. I'll flatten it back out now. But I finally got the nut, or the line started on there. I can put the pump up in place, tighten the line up, and keep on installing it. Problem after problem. I can't get it to go up in place.
All right, so all the hoses down under here are all hooked up and built. Looks awesome. These guys did an awesome job down here. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I'm assuming it's gonna work unless I hooked anything up backwards. I'll just show you what it looks like.
Go ahead and show them, Owen. There's a light too.
There's still a little bit of zip tying that needs to happen, but y'all run with each other, and I think it looks amazing.
You thought he got it.
I thought I got it, but
He didn't.
All right, I don't know where my hat went. Oh, I found it. Found my hat. We have a bulkhead that's gonna work. So we have a removable line here. This one's gonna get crimped. That's not for this, but oh, it'll not work. Maybe it will, we'll see. That was just practice. So this is the fitting that needs welded on there. The hose diameter is wrong. It was so close, yet so far away. We'll cut this off, we'll cut this, and we'll put this right there. It's built.
just as I thought.
What? We need a new one of those?
Or grind that out more.
Go back to the shop?
Yep.
All right, so I've got this built, put it all back together so that the hosers can install it and finish building the AC lines. So this one, obviously is a small one. It's going to that side. The big one is coming to here. This one, coming to here. However you can make it work to get down to that.
Okay, so it's 5 o'clock, so Hillbilly had to take off to go take care of his children. So now I got tasked with the job of finishing this up. I just finished grinding that up so it fits, and now it should just bolt in according to Hillbilly. So we're gonna go bolt it in. Okay, so we got a slight problem here. It all clears perfectly, but on this new pump, this fitting's in a slightly different spot, I'm guessing, because the hose needs to come like that when it's mounted in there, but when it's like that, it's hitting it. It's not gonna work, you know. We're either gonna have to put a straight fitting on here or something else, because I don't think this is gonna work anyway like this. So we're gonna go back to the shop. The hosers are still there working on Fred, and we're gonna see if they can help us come up with something to fix this as well. So we found out what our problem was. On the old pump, this fitting right here is a little bit longer than the fitting on this one. The short 90 coming out here hit the pulley. So we had the hosers build us a hose with a longer 90, plenty of clearance, and should work now. So now that it's dark, we're gonna go get this installed in the limo, because we're still planning on driving that back tonight, hopefully. And as you guys can probably tell, it's dark outside. It gets dark early though, so it's not that late. It's only like 5:30 maybe.
It's almost 7.
Nah, it's 6:40. But we're getting this done.
Yeah.
We're full of energy and excited. Definitely closer than it was before. Okay. Open this bad boy up, get some power steering fluid in it. Why is this thing so tall?
I don't understand, but they came like this stock.
Yeah, it's just a stock limo. They don't make it very easy to service. Hey, but whoever put this power steering stuff together really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Any leaks? I think we're good to go. Let's take it for a cruise. Let's take.
As you can't see, we are in the limo. It is dark.
We're down to the AC lines, built, tightened, and the hosers are out of here. We've got a ton of stuff done today. Got a little bit more exhaust to finish in the morning. We're close to being done. All right, we got our last hose built onto the bulkhead. I had to cut this in half, put the nut on there, put the 90 back together. We had to put a 90 on that, crimp it. We got a JIC bulkhead here. We're in business. All because of Elevated Supply, the hosers. Last 2 hoses.
Last 2 hoses.
All done. So the hosers have been here all day long hosing King Fred. So make sure you guys go over and give them some love. Tell them thank you, because we sure appreciate them for all your hosing needs in the Salt Lake Valley.
Elevated service and supply.
Elevated service and supply. These guys are good. They'll come to your equipment wherever. They'll come to your tow truck.
Your off-road limo.
Yeah, they'll come to your off-road limo.
All of the above.
All of the above. We'll get you a hose. They'll hardline your 12-valve swap heater hoses.
No.
They will hardline They will not be cheap. They will hardline them. It is a day-long process. This would have been a week running to the tractor store and getting these made. And thank you guys.
For sure.
Appreciate it. All right. The amount of work that those guys just put into King Fred deserves to live here for the rest of its life. You guys have no clue how much they just saved us by doing that. What those 3 guys did in 8 hours today would have taken us a week. And King Fred is that much closer to being ready to drive. We got the Salt Lake Off-Road Expo coming up at the end of February. If you show up there, you might be able to see King Fred. It's late, so it's time to go home. We'll finish the exhaust in the morning, so it is tomorrow.
All right, it's the next morning. So last night you guys saw that we got the limo to the shop. So now we're gonna pull it down here and get some tracks put back on it.
Are those tracks right there? Hillbilly's unicycle. That's one thing I gotta give Hillbilly credit, because he can ride the crap out of that unicycle, and I don't understand it because I tried getting on it, Owen tried getting on it. It's the hardest thing ever. But Hillbilly gets on it, he can ride to Walmart.
I gotta say one thing. I don't think the limo looks right without tracks anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
NASCAR one.
NASCAR? I don't think I could be a NASCAR.
NASCAR?
A NASCAR pit crew.
Yep, they just finished the race.
we already lost.
So those stay on?
No, I don't think we'll be the right plug pattern. It's too small.
So we gotta take your spacers off.
Yep. And get my spacers back.
All right, so we're back to welding. So yesterday, I got it all built. I welded half of it, and then I helped the hosers. So Sean's about got the base done for our stack. And then we got to bend it up and weld that. Owen's working on that limo, getting the tracks on, because like we told you guys yesterday, we got a state search and rescue annual training to go to this weekend.
So we pulled these adapters off. So this adapters it from the Ford 8x170 lug pattern to the older Ford / Chevys or everything else lug pattern 8x6.5. When you pull these off, because these adapters are 8x170, so that fit right on perfectly, run into another problem. This hole is not big enough to fit around the hub. So we need a set of spacers. Like, oh, we got some, but you remember, these spacers are the wrong lug pattern. Now we need to get another set of spacers for this, which I think we found some, but they're 3-inch spacers. So it just means the limo is gonna be a little bit wider, but it'll just make it more stable. So as you can see, we got all the tires off, all the adapters off. So now we're just waiting for Hillbilly, but I think we gotta at least roll the tracks over and see what it's gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
They're smaller, but they're beefy.
Yeah. Best way to move the track.
We've been pushing these things,
This is
man.
the best way to move tracks. Whoa.
You're picking up some speed there.
Okay, your turn. Whew. 4 low. Yeah? Yeah, that's the best way, dude.
Oh, by far. You just gotta be careful not to run yourself over. We're all out of breath, but we got them set next to it. We're still waiting for Hillbilly to bolt them up, but we'll give you a little bit of a glimpse of what it's gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we drove the limo home last night, but what we didn't tell you, the belt wasn't on the pulley all the way. It was only halfway on the pulley. It was about a 1/2-inch difference. The pump was sticking out about 1/2 inch further. And I think that was our problem in the Snowed In series, where it was throwing belts. We're trying to fix that so this thing's top notch. So right now we're sizing up spacers.
All right, took me 47 hours, but we got all the stainless steel welded. We're gonna let that cool. Sean's got the base just about all milled out. We'll show you that. We're gonna hurry and bend up the tri-ovals, and we're gonna weld some aluminum. It's not even tri-ovals, whatever it is, like 8-sided Pentagon triangle Dagon. I'm not really that dumb, so don't come with me in the comments. I'm just joking. So check this out. This is gonna be our base. Here in a minute, Sean will have it all machined. And then we've got our layouts here. We'll bend them up. We're gonna have to do it in 2 sections. We're gonna weld them.
Between bolt holes, and we got double all these edges. A big double. Still in the holes, but then I can double all these.
Ooh. Is that a Ken cut drill bit?
It is.
That's a Ken
That's
cut.
like butter.
Yeah. We had to change up our suppliers on drill bits because we made Matco mad. But luckily Ken Cut loves us. Oh. Look at this, look at that. Look at that. Gonna get one more bend and then it's gonna hit. All right, so we'll probably have to do just a little bit of adjusting. We're almost there. I just need to do a little bit of tweaking. That one's a little bit overbent, so we'll get that out. We'll get these welded. But you can see the gist of it. Look at that. Oh, we need some spacers. So he went and got some material at Hermanson's. We got it where we need it. We're gonna use our parting off tool and lathe it. All right, I'm a real machinist now. Now we'll just hit it with a little bracket. There's just a little edge. We'll get that cleaned up. But for all you machinists out there, give me a break. It's the first time I've ever ran a lathe. We'll have this done in a second, and Owen can get back to finishing that up. So we gave Sean a title because titles mean a lot in this shop. So Sean is now Director of Operations over Fabrication Facility. I'd like to congratulate him on that honor. I would appreciate it if everybody else would take this serious and congratulate him with me.
Yeah.
Good job. He's loving it. You keep working hard like you do. You keep that work up.
Yep.
There's really no point in fully welding these other than it's practice. Do you know what practice makes? Improvements. That's what it makes. Owen was gonna say perfect. Some of our finest machine work, and it's hotter than dang it. So he's gonna wait. All right, so we got this all tacked up. Sean's got his base where we need it, basically like a crown. So I'll go and weld that all up. I gotta weld the seam, both seams, and then we'll be able to put that on. So this is gonna actually have a tip that comes out, turning it out so it goes underneath the pylon. Owen got to a point where he can't move, can't do the tracks on the limo until we have adapters, well, wheel spacers. So Hillbilly went to get those in Salt Lake, so that'll get done later. Oh, this should be really difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. To move it up. Is that how high you want it up?
That's, I think, where we had it.
All right, so we've got the exhaust in. Everything is welded all the way to the bed. You can see we've got the hexo triangle up here.
We'll have to cut it out.
Why would we cut that off? It looks so good. Doesn't it just look so good?
It's a little long.
We're gonna cut this off so that it looks good. But that's the gist of it. We've got to put the light bar up there before we finish our exhaust. That way it clears. So we got all the stainless exhaust done, all the charge air pipes, all the hydraulic hoses, all the heater hoses. We got everything hosed. So guys kicked some butt. We got a lot done. May not look like a lot, but it is a lot. So if you never quit, you'll never fail. Thanks for watching.